With only a few more weeks of the regular season left and the playoffs right around the corner, there are 4 teams that a lot of NBA fans and some of you guys watching this video need to stop sleeping on. Yes, you.
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
These 4 teams as of late are on a roll and are dominating the competition in the league on both sides of the court and could potentially have a Cinderella run in the postseason if everything goes in their favor. Or shouldn't it be if the shoe fits, right? Hold on.
What are we talking about?
The f are you talking about?
Starting with the first team, we have the Boston Celtics. Currently the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics have done a full 180 from the start of the season, where they were under 500 at 17-19. Rumors are breaking up the dynamic duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and sitting in a 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. But since the start of the new year, Boston has the 3rd best record in the NBA with 22 wins and 8 losses, and have the best defense in the entire association. Looking at the numbers, this Celtics defense isn't a fluke. Since the new year, Boston is 1st in opponents' field goal percentage, 2nd in opponents' points in the paint, 1st in opponents' points per game, and 3rd in opponents' fast break points. Shout out to their mascot, but this isn't by luck. The entire team has put the clamps on the entire league, and the Celtics have the length and personnel to defend and switch if necessary. Robert Williams, holding it down in the low block, might make a defensive team this year with his ability to alter shots, and you have many switchable guards and forwards on the Celtics that can't really be attacked in a pick and roll because they defend very well and have the size to hold their own. Adding Derek White was a great pickup off the bench, and so was Daniel Tice, adding in more defensive-minded bodies. And another huge reason why the Celtics are also turning heads is because of the play of Jason Tatum. Since February, Tatum has been averaging about 28 points per game on 46% shooting from the field. When Tatum is on fire, he makes the Celtics a much more scarier team to face with his ability to get the defense's attention and generate open looks for his team. And in their most recent game against the Brooklyn Nets, this man Tatum was deep in his bag, dropping 56 points that afternoon in the Garden. His partner in crime, Jaylen Brown, is averaging around 20 on 48% shooting since February, which may not look appealing, but he's still capitalizing on the looks he's creating, and the Celtics are in a good situation still. The Celtics are a team a lot of franchises don't want to see come April because they've shown that they have the ability to make it hard for you to score against them. The next team is the Dallas Mavericks. Sitting in the 5th seed in the Western Conference, Dallas has gone on a similar run like the Celtics in the East. Even after trading Kristaps Porzingis, the earlier returns of that trade have shown that the Mavericks haven't only gotten better, but they're much deeper than expected. Known for having a high-powered offense, under Jason Kidd this year, they have had the 6th best defense in the NBA all season while maintaining their strong offensive makeup led by Luka Doncic. Since the new year, the Mavs have the 2nd best record in the NBA with 22 wins and 7 losses, 4th in 3-point percentage, 2nd in defensive rating, 1st in opponent 3-point percentage, and 2nd in opponent's points per game. On offense and on defense, the Mavericks have been pretty elite on both ends of the floor. Luka started off slow to start the season, and the criticism then was warranted, but as of late, he's turned into a different beast. Since February, Luka is averaging 34.4 points per game, around 10 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game, including a 51-point performance where Luka Magic was on full display in a home victory against the Clippers of all teams.
Man, what did he do to make them that mad?
Luka has been sensational, but he also currently has 2 other guys on his team who are efficiently helping him carry the scoring load in Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie, acquired at the trade deadline. Jalen Brunson this season is averaging around 16 points per game on 51% shooting from the field, and Spencer Dinwiddie, during his time with the Washington Wizards, was averaging around 12 points per game on 37%. But now, in Dallas, he's averaging 17 points per game on 57% shooting from the field. I'm sorry, Wizard fans. The Mavs look very solid and can be a problem for some teams in the West if they underestimate them. And we already know Luka does the fool when it's playoff time. Before we get to the next team, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new so you stay up to date with all my NBA content that I post on this channel. Or don't. I really can't force you, bro. Next, we have the Denver Nuggets, the 6th seed in the Western Conference. Denver's a really interesting team when you look at the fact that they have Nikola Jokic playing without his 2 best players, but somehow this team is well above 500 and he's arguably a top 3 candidate in the MVP race. But we know about Nikola Jokic offensively. The Nuggets as a team offensively is what people need to pay attention to. Since the new year, the Nuggets are 3rd in field goal percentage, 1st in assists per game, and have the 3rd best offensive rating. The Nuggets are a dangerous team on offense, and the machine that gets them going is the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic, who's trying to become a 2-time MVP. In this season, averaging about 26 points per game, 14 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game, he currently leads the league in double-doubles and triple-doubles as well. Stop sleeping on the Nuggets, and for sure stop sleeping on Nikola Jokic. He is like that. And alongside Jokic, his teammates have done an exceptional job filling in the role offensively, reducing the load for Jokic to carry. If you include Brian Forbes, who was acquired at the trade deadline, the Nuggets have 5 other players not named Nikola Jokic since January 1st, averaging over double digits, and their combined field goal percentage is sitting at 49%. That's all you can really ask from your others, and they're doing that. And I haven't even mentioned the possibility of Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., who could make their return before the playoffs this year. Murray doesn't have a set timetable, but the Nuggets are hopeful that he can return in time for the playoffs. But with his ACL injury, there currently is no rush. However, Michael Porter Jr. shows the most promise to be back on the court by April. The Nuggets are already deep. You give the reigning MVP his guys back with this high-powered offense can cause trouble for a lot of teams come April. And the last team you must stop sleeping on is the Miami Heat. Look, I know, they're the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they've been at the top of the conference all year. But almost every NBA fan I've talked to, including myself, think that the Heat are not going to make any noise when it's time for the playoffs. But sitting at 43-22, all season the Heat have had the best 3-point percentage and have been a top 10 defense and top 10 offense while having guys in and out of the roster. This is a praise to Coach Eric Spoelstra, who I believe is one of the best coaches right now and can make the most out of any player in his offense and defensive scheme, as we've seen with Miami. But if you really want to look at how great they've been defensively as of late, the Heat since New Year's are top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, rebounds per game, assists per game, and points per game. Similar to the Celtics, the Heat make their money on defense and make it hard for other teams to score, but the Heat also capitalize the most efficiently from the 3-point line than any other team in the NBA. While still missing Oladipo as he gears for his return to the court, this team is finally getting healthy and they have 8 players averaging over double digits since January. And the only question mark that I can see for this team is if Jimmy Butler can carry this team in the postseason, which is a fair question to ask for a team that got swept last year. But I think this team has a capability to reach the Eastern Conference Finals if they keep up the performance they've had this season. I also believe that Tyler Herro is the most consistent player on the Heat right now with his availability, and arguably, he's been the best player averaging 20 points per game on 44% shooting from the field and leads the team in fourth quarter scoring. The Heat may not be your favorite team, and you may doubt them, but you can't ignore the fact that they've been phenomenal this season, and they've shown that they can possibly shock some teams come April. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Which other teams do you think NBA fans need to stop sleeping on? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and be sure to turn that post notification bell on so you never miss a video. I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Until next time, stay on beat.